Hello, everyone, and welcome to Annex Theatre's restream of Rovers. I'm Natalie Copeland, and I'm a science educator, adventure enthusiast, and one of the writers behind Rovers. Every couple of years, Mars and Earth align in such a way that a trip between the two will take a relatively short 6 to 9 months. A week ago, on July 30th, 2020, the Perseverance rover and first Mars helicopter Ingenuity blasted off of the Earth. In February, they are set to arrive at the Red Planet along with 2 orbiters, a lander, and another rover from China and the UAE. We thought it might be nice to send them off with a little bit of a love note from Camp Dusty Tread. Those who have seen Rovers might remember that our tagline was, "Friendship is science." And yes, this is a show about friendship and science, and family and community and exploration and combating fear and loneliness. But it is also a story about what you do when your destiny changes. Rovers began when my best friend suggested we write a 2-woman show in a planetarium about sister rovers' spirit and opportunity. But life happened, plans changed, and the one-act soul set at Camp Dusty Tread made a minor festival appearance with a devising cast of 5. Things changed again when I brought the concept to Annex in 2017 and rewrote the piece with Aaron Joshua Shea and Emily Harvey. In our story, the new Mars 2020 rovers have to learn how to begin their Mars journey, and Spirit and Opportunity have to learn how to take the next steps in theirs. Spirit, whose mission ended after 7 long years, creates a camp for new rovers, while Opportunity, still roving after 13 years, has to learn how to deal with that, and both have to find their way back to each other. Finally, in the summer of 2018, right as Rovers was making its world premiere, a dust storm picked up on Mars that covered the planet. At the time that tonight's show was filmed, we had stopped receiving signals from Opportunity, and it was theorized that her solar panels had been covered in dust. Months after we closed the show, we would confirm that Opportunity's much-prolonged mission was at an end, which put our show in a very unique position of having occurred both before Opportunity's retirement and after the landing of Mars 2020. But if I were to rewrite this piece for historical accuracy now, it would still be about all of those things. And it would be about Opportunity learning how to move forward, as so many of us are doing right now. In the last 6 months, the world has changed for everyone. Many of our individual missions have been canceled or put on indefinite hold. We've lost lives, jobs, and entire industries. We've had to find new ways of continuing our missions, often without our usual support systems. We're still in the thick of it, and it is hard work. As I'm sure you know, live theater has been especially hard hit, and Annex is no exception. That is why all proceeds from tonight's stream will go towards this theater that continuously supports weird, awesome, risky, bold, queer, anti-racist, emerging artist work. Please consider donating the price of 1 ticket if you can spare it, or joining Annex's Patreon. Those who do will receive an invitation to tomorrow night's exclusive after-party with the cast and crew. You also have the opportunity to purchase Camp Dusty Tread tees, hoodies, mugs, and more. Thank you for joining us tonight. Stick around for a little talkback after the show, and I hope you enjoy your first night on Mars. Welcome to Camp Dusty Tread.
tell you everything. Everywhere I go for you. Everything I learn for you. Down on Mars or out on Saturn's rings. So watch me and smile for me. Tell me that you'll wait for me. Promise me you'll follow where I go.
Sing along, look the words.
Leaving on a rocket ship. Don't know if we'll make a home trip. Oh, Earth, I hate to go.
Again.
Leaving on a rocket ship. Don't know if we'll make a home trip. Oh, Earth, I hate to go.
One more time.
I'm leaving on a rocket ship. Don't know if I'll make a home trip. Oh, Earth, I hate to go.
Hey, Spirit!
What's up?
I have confirmation of two small objects in orbit, traveling 13,000 miles per hour, breaking the atmosphere in the next 2 minutes.
Oh my God, they're almost here. Quick, the music.
We just did some music. More music, yeah.
I'm gonna go down and watch them come in. I'm so excited.
This is Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter initiating contact with the incoming Mars payload. Hello! Stellar job sticking out that 9-month journey from Earth. We hope it hasn't been too rough out there in the vacuum of space. Just some quick notes from Mission Control before we lose all contact for a few minutes. Please turn off all of your communication and recording devices that are not navigation critical, specifically anything that rings, beeps, buzzes, or flashes. In the unlikely event of an emergency, just switch those retro rockets on and you can exit the way you came in. Or if you're feeling adventurous, down the back stairway to the relative safety of Capitol Hill below. There will be one 15-minute intermission. If you leave the building during intermission, please stay close to the doors so that we can find you when we're ready to lock those doors and resume the second act. Finally, visit our website, annextheatre.org, to find out more about this production, our main stage production, The Great Inconvenience, our upcoming shows, our monthly shows, Weird and Awesome with Evan Montgomery and Spin the Bottle, or join our subscriber program, the A-List. All right, that's enough from me. We're all hoping you have a successful landing, and if you don't, it was real nice meeting you.
You're approaching at 13,000 miles per hour. Now you better get ready to hit the atmosphere. There's gonna be some turbulence, so raise your shield. Even though there's barely any air out here. Welcome to Mars, where the dust storms blow. Welcome to Mars, where water used to flow. Welcome to Mars, where there is so much more to know.
Mars 2020.
Warming up to 1,300 Fahrenheit, but you still got 8 more miles left to fall. Better ready your parachute and hit the brakes. When you let your heat shield go, we'll have a ball. Welcome to Mars, where the dust storms blow. Welcome to Mars, where water used to flow. Welcome
pleasure to be your host, MC, and head counselor for your first night on Mars. Yeah! Now let's give it up for our planetary band, the Vikings. As the pioneers of geologic photography and song for the first 30 years of Mars exploration, these two are rock stars in every sense of the word. Take it away, Vikings. Our very special guest, fresh from her work in the field, the roller girl herself, and I'm not too humble to say my twin sister, Opportunity!
Time to finally hit the dusty Martian ground.
Make sure you know exactly where you're gonna land.
Like a rock and roll legend, you float down to the stage.
And we are here to welcome you, bring it back in band. Welcome to Mars, where the dust lords blow. Welcome to Mars, where water used to flow. Welcome to Mars, where there is so much more to know.
That was an amazing landing. You are amazing. Wow, nice job. And you're so good looking too. Did you know that? You are. Look how many sensors you have. And they're all so shiny. Welcome to Camp Dusty Tread, where minerals are made and friendships are tested. Oh, where friendships are made and minerals are tested. From the deserts of the Valles Marineris to the deserts of Olympus Mons, this is Mars' friendliest
And only.
and only summer camp.
And winter camp, and spring, also fall.
We're here all year, and for the foreseeable future. But tonight, we are here to help guide you through your first wheel revolutions. Think of Camp Dusty Tread as your Mars orientation.
This whole camp basically wouldn't exist without Spirit here. She put together most of the programming, and I really can't wait for you to see her rock abrasion workshop series.
Oh, I know, right? Grinding up rocks to reveal their inner composition and texture is just so relaxing.
I'm so excited! Oh, clearly. But if you want to hear about a long life of roving and adventure, then I'm your girl.
Yes. See, Oppie here is actually the longest functioning rover on Mars. And there will be plenty of time to talk about all of that and experience the workshops later. Hey, Oppie, did you get a chance to read the itinerary that I sent you?
You know, I've been a bit busy roving all day, so no.
I sent it a couple weeks ago.
I'm sorry, sis, but the real job comes first, you know? I'll just follow along. You've got this, okay?
Great. Yeah, perfect. That'll be just fine. Anyway, we've got a lot to get through before the sunset, or soul set, as we like to call it here, so let's get you all checked in and acquainted. All right, let's start with my very excited friend right here. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm the all-train laboratory for interplanetary sample collection and exploration.
Wow, that rolls right off the tongue, all-train laboratory for interplanetary sample collection and exploration.
It's a bit long.
Yeah. Oh, well, we could call you Alice.
Or Alice Coo? I don't know.
Alice is fine.
Fantastic. Alice is your camp name, and here is your official Camp Dusty Tread t-shirt. And what's your name? There's no data. Okay. Oh, thanks, Vikings. You got me. Let's find out here. Jambalaya.
Tasty.
That's a very tasty camp name. Fantastic. Well, I made a t-shirt for you too, Jambalaya, but I think it might be too small. You know what? Tell you what. How about you just put this on, and then we'll get you a better t-shirt later. It's not much. It's just a little something. Insulation. The first night is always a little colder than you expect.
Yeah, something to the tune of 60 below. But don't worry, we'll keep you busy and warm tonight. Hey, kids show.
So, about that, we just landed and our mission plan made it pretty clear we'll be very busy tomorrow. Are we actually going to stay up and drain battery all night?
Oh, no. This whole camp is strictly off the record.
As far as the scientists back on Earth know, Spirit has been off for a few years now.
Yeah, Oppie's still out roving the desert.
And we're certainly not jamming to the sweet tunes of the Vikings or hanging out with anybody else for that matter.
Except the orbiters.
Oh, but we kind of have to talk to the orbiters because they send live feed back to Earth. So, yeah.
Speaking of which, your teams are probably really anxious to know you made it safely, so how about you send them a panoramic postcard of what is turning out to be a gorgeous sunset?
Cool. Just how?
Oh, watch and learn. Yo, Maven! MRO! Mom? I don't think she can hear me. Can you help me out, guys? Mom!
What is up, my Range Rover?
Not much, saddle tights. Just a little noob orientation. Hey, could you send a picture for me?
No problemo, Dudette.
Great. Sending.
So your parts are probably different than ours. That's okay. You are newer and probably way more advanced. But in general, that is going to be your low-gain antenna. That sends messages to the nearest satellite. And that funny-looking thing, that's your high-gain antenna. That sends messages right back to Earth. There you go.
You know, between you and me, the Mars orbiters are a little weird. They basically see and hear everything that goes on the surface. So it is best to stay on their good side.
Creepy.
What, Alice? The Mars reconnaissance orbiter isn't creepy? Why would you say that? Oh, it's so rude.
Oppie, a word?
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to call you creepy.
That's okay. It's true. But I prefer the word spy.
Oh.
Well, are you going to send your data or not?
Oh. 4, 3, 2, 1. Dear Mission Control, I hope this finds you well. Here's my very first data. It's all set, can you tell? I hope I'm doing this right. There's so much to be found. Oh, and I made some new friends the moment that I touched the ground. So many new things happening, so many of them inside. I wonder if I can navigate without you as my guide. But I won't disappoint you. I hope to hear from you soon. Transmission is through. With wonder, Alice.
Hello? Am I in the right crater?
Is that?
Sojourner?
Oh, you made it! Dude, we haven't seen you in ages.
Yes, well, a landing is quite a special occasion. And of course, I received your invitation, Spirit. Thank you so much for thinking to include me in your plan.
Of course. This is just such a treat. I'm so glad
She launched in 1997. She ran for 83 Martian souls, and then she retired with her lander, Pathfinder.
Whoa, that's very big.
Are you writing a biography?
No, but I read a few books.
It's all true. And speaking of Pathfinder, I think this camp of yours is a very kind idea, Spirit. I wish someone had done this for us when we arrived. I remember feeling so trepidatious and lonely, and I mean, of course we had each other, and you had opportunity, and these two have each other. But community can be nice.
Yeah, whoa, hold on a second. Wait. We were here when you landed,
Yeah, man.
and we were like totally community.
Totally community,
Yeah.
man.
You sang a song about the terrifying vastness of space,
Classic.
Which
Yeah.
one?
and then invited Pathfinder to join your band.
Yeah, we had been a three-lander bander.
Obviously.
Legendary.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm remembering this whole thing.
Yeah.
In retrospect, we were terrible hosts.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
It's okay. I'm over it. Besides, as the first and only rover on the planet, there was only so much of my experience that you would have been able to share.
Is that what the kids call shade?
Sojourner, about all that loneliness, how did you deal?
Oh, I didn't have much time to be lonely back then because I was working so hard and sharing so much. But that was a long time ago. I don't mind being alone most of the time, but I do miss talking to my crew. I mean, sometimes it gets really quiet, and I feel like I'm shooting through space headed nowhere for eternity. Or like I'm in a room surrounded by thousands of specialists, but none of them can see me. Or like I could just sit there and let the Martian dust cover me, and nobody would notice. But then I just sort of shake myself out of it. Anyway, enough about me. We so rarely get first-hand accounts from Earth. Tell us all about what's changed.
Well, computers are a lot smaller now. You want to look at mine?
Whoa. Bring it here. Can't see that far.
What? What is the rest of you?
Well, tell us what else has changed since I left in 1997.
Let's hear it. Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, on VHS.
VHS. Yeah.
No, VHS is so old now. They have it on Laserdisc, I bet.
Lasers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What else? Oh, I remember Dolly the sheep. Do you all have your own clones now? Y'all made it through. How about Y2K? Was everything okay? Well, oh, what about the folks back at the Jet Propulsion Lab? Oh, I used to love listening to Barry's stories. What's he up to?
I don't think we ever met.
Well, I know he was still there when Spirit and Opportunity went through. Maybe he finally retired. I hope he's doing well. Oh, what about Shanti? Now, she was always my favorite intern.
I'm not sure. I don't think we met either. I'm sorry.
Sojourner, since you're right on time and the Soul Set is beginning, I was wondering if you might do us the honor of helping to deliver our opening announcement.
Oh, of course. Thank you.
Wait, I thought we were going to wait for you.
Nope, sun's setting, got a lot to do, gotta get rolling.
Okay.
I prepared a few words.
color of the rocks changing in the twilight, and the shadows cast by peaks in the terrain. Now, look to the west and the setting sun. This luminous, gauzy haze on the edge of night is one of the loveliest wonders Mars has to offer. On Earth, the sky was blue by day and glowed red at dusk and dawn as the sun's light filtered through the thick layers of the atmosphere. On Mars, this red is perpetual, and the Terran blues can only be seen at dusk and dawn as the sun's light filters through the red dust. I invite you, as I do, to see each blue morning and each blue evening as a chance to reflect on your purpose, your existence, your journey. Thank you.
Wow, where did you learn to write like that?
Pathfinder and I have a lot of time to reflect on our adventures. We're putting together a book of poetry.
Thank you, Sojourner. That was lovely. In a moment, we will kick off the night by spending the Blue Soul set recounting our adventures. But first, it is tradition that we recognize our past explorers. You got this?
Yeah, I got this. We are here to honor our 4 friends that have completed their mission. To our travelers, mariners 4, 6, and 7. To our watchful skybound retirees, Mars 2, 3, and Mariners 9. To our esteemed leaders in dirtbagging, the Vikinglanders. To the exploration team of Pathfinder and the first Rover Sojourner. And of course, to Spirit here, we salute you. And now we honor those whose missions ended in tragedy.
On second thought, maybe we just better moment of silence it. Sweet green olivine, not again.
Son of the salt.
What is that?
What is up, my dudes of all scientific payloads? Is it new orientation already?
Hey, curiosity.
Hey, what's good, fam? Whoa, newbies! Welcome to Mars! Please tell me you've sung that song already. All right. Wow, how many arms did JPL give you? Can I high five him? Give me some. Come on, let's go. Come on. So, I know for a fact that Spirit over there is not teaching you how to take a selfie, which is required for all rovers on Mars. So I'm gonna do it for you. Let's see. Ready? Get it.
Hey, curiosity.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is already soul set. What have you been up to?
Nothing crazy.
Oh, great, because we're kind of in the middle of something, and we'd rather keep going. So
Okay, well, actually, hold that thought. I don't know if you heard about this yet, but I hecka found organic matter in some samples from 3 billion-year-old mudstone in Gale Crater. So, yeah. NBD.
You're a curiosity.
Yeah.
I've heard so much about you. You found livable levels of radiation on Mars and signs of water that might be life-supported, and you run a very engaging Twitter account.
That's me. What's your name?
I'm the All-Train Laboratory for Interplanetary Sample Collection and Exploration.
That's Alice.
And you. What's your name? All right, Jambalaya. Let's amplify on my Twitter account and pick another selfie. Get in here, Alice. All right.
all right, curiosity, just stop it.
Why?
We are not all here to indulge your ego.
Whoa, harsh, dude. I am only trying to capture a moment?
That's fine and all, but we're kind of in the middle of something, and we're running behind, and we still need to get to the storytelling.
Thanks, Sophie. Look, it's okay. We are glad to have you hanging out. We are trying to start the storytelling next, so...
Cool, yeah. Abby, look.
Oh!
Yes. Hey, curiosity. So, do either of you have any crazy launch stories? No? Smooth sailing? Why don't we let our new friends just sit and watch this first time around? Yeah, that's a perfect idea. Okay, well...
I don't mind going first. I almost blew up.
No, you did not. You were not even close to blowing up.
Yes, I was. It was dark and stormy, and my fuel lines were all twisted up, and I'm sitting on an already primed rocket, and the launch clock kept going into recycle. And I had a bagpiper.
You had a what now?
It was the Cornell University bagpipers.
Okay.
Yeah. Now you see, it was no Britney Spears, but it was the most emotional version of Amazing Grace that you have ever heard, because I was about to blow up.
Okay, yeah, I forgot your launch story was so weird.
Yeah. Oh, but if we're gonna get weird, let's talk about you and your landing story.
No, you should finish telling your launch story.
I basically already did.
Tell the whole thing.
That's all there is to it. 3, 2, 1, take it off! Didn't die to die, here we are, now let's do chorus!
I really don't think. She doesn't want to.
Come on, it will be fun. Fine, I'll do it for you. So there she was, on Mars.
Okay, wait. You can tell my landing story if, and only if, I can act it out, like a camp skit.
Deal, but only if I can be very, very overdramatic.
Dun, dun.
Deal.
Oh, I love live theater.
Now where was I? There she was on Mars, a young rover freshly rolled off her landing platform, got to take her first soil samples when suddenly
Everything went dark.
Okay, can you play Steve?
Yes, absolutely.
Awesome. So there's this guy, Steve Squires. He is the scientific principal investigator behind our mission.
He's basically our science dad. He's awesome.
So Steve and his team are waiting back on Earth. They're waiting for a message from Spirit. A message that says, I'm alive! But they stare at their computer screens and they have nothing.
We have no data. Spirit, what's wrong? Speak to me, Spirit. That's not very promising.
1100101110 2 cups of noodles and cheese sauce 407 years ago. Hit me, baby, one more time.
Well, that's odd. Now we are receiving short spurts of data, but it's all gibberish.
They programmed us to reset every 2 minutes if something went wrong. But they had forgotten. And something was really, really wrong.
Abby, help me.
But I had remembered. I knew that if she kept rebooting, she wouldn't charge properly. And if she didn't charge properly, then she'd stop turning on altogether. I was terrified. But there was nothing I could do.
Reboot. Reboot. Loop.
I've got it. It's a reboot loop. Quick, use the special command from the testing phase, which is...
Oh, I know this one. Shut down, darn it.
You know, that's close. I mean, the real phrase is actually shut down.
Reboot. Noodles?
evidence of any observation that she took.
I know. It must be a problem with her memory.
Memory! Na, 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 na.
Restart her without the flash memory.
Shut her down and let her charge.
Download the flash memory and back everything up.
Good morning, Steve. It's an amazing day on Mars, and I can't wait to take some samples. Hooray!
And all this to prove that the spirit was willing, but the flash was weak.
Wait, what if you hadn't found the solution in time?
Well, stuff happens. Even if I had stopped working the minute I stepped on the planet,
Which would have been a super bummer for me to show up to.
they still would have learned something back on Earth.
The successes of tomorrow are built on the failures of yesterday.
Speaking of successes, can we talk about the time that Spirit climbed a freaking mountain? Or when Opportunity took on the ultra-deep endurance crater? That was hematite!
I once met a rock named Sea Cucumber.
Or that time you used your stuck foot and you broke that rock in front of you and you found silica.
It was not the rock she meant to hit. They named it Innocent Bystander.
I was actually saving all things stuck for my what to do when stuck in the sand workshop later.
No! Hashtag free spirits! What? That's totally not a social media campaign you should know about or anything.
Hey, so when are we thinking about doing that what to do when you're stuck in sand workshop? Like, could we maybe do it now?
Why? Is it something that you're worried about?
Well, no, it's just I've been standing in the soft patch of dust for a few minutes and I'm reasonably certain that I can't. I haven't stopped!
Slow your rotations! Spinning your wheels all willy-nilly is only going to make things worse.
Step number 1 is don't panic.
Yeah. Spirit and I have both been stuck before, and if you're going to be roving with any sense of adventure, it's likely to happen to you.
Yeah, I mean, you just never know with this Martian soil. It can look nice and crunchy on the surface, and then it can have to be quicksand underneath. And Chambalaya, would you mind just? Oh, perfect. Thank you.
I mean, it all really depends on how your wheels are designed.
Okay. Like, A, we have any control over that, and B, you've never been stuck before, curiosity?
No.
Okay, maybe not your wheels, but I know for a fact you got your robotic arm stuck out by Mount Sharp, so I don't want to hear about it, curiosity.
You're right. That was pretty embarrassing.
I think we could all learn something from your workshop.
That's the spirit. Actually, that's the sojourner. Right, anyway, look, there are many techniques to go about unsticking yourself, and absent any additional problematic circumstances, you will probably get out just fine.
Yeah, you'll probably get out just fine.
Do you know what I think it's time for?
No. What is it time for?
It's time to do that Dust Devil!
When I get stuck and when I get blue, I know a few signature moves I can do. Don't you panic and don't you fret. Dancing is a better bet. And if you start sinking in the sand, remember this tune and this rockin' band. Take it to the front and take it to the side. Shake your wheels left and shake your wheels right. Back it on up the way you came in. Use your arm for leverage and give your wheels a spin. Just take it slow, that's the way to go. Do that Dust Devil, the Dust Devil. Batteries on and solar panels out. Gives you all the power to make you twist and shout. One tread slow and one tread speedy. Sometimes tank turns are all you needy. But my fave just takes a little rock for an achy, breaky, shaky that we call the crab walk. Take it to the front and take it to the side. Shake your wheels left and shake your wheels right. Back it on up the way you came in. Use your arm for leverage and give your wheels a spin. Just take it slow, that's the way to go. Do the Dust Devil, the Dust Devil. So when you get low and when you get caught, remember these killer moves you were taught. Start with conventional, then get exotic. You'll be the most hypnotic robotic. And if you can't extricate from the powder, holler back to Earth! This time louder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take it to the front and take it to the side. Shake your wheels left and shake your wheels right. Back it on up the way you came in. Use your arm for leverage and give your wheels a spin. Just take it slow, that's the way to go. Do the dust devil, the dust devil. Front wheel sulfur, side hematite. Base salt left and table salt right. Take it on up to iron oxide. Sample it once and spin around twice. Chlorine, silicates, phosphorus, it's not too late to dust devil, the dust devil.
I think that's my cue to leave. Oh, you're not going to stay the whole night?
Oh no, I'm just exhausted. And I have an early morning of writing and sun gazing tomorrow. Plus, I told Pathfinder I'd be back for time slip.
Well, of course we understand. Thank you so much for coming tonight.
Of course. Alice, Jambalaya, it was such a pleasure to meet both of you, and I look forward to hearing about all of your new stories and discoveries. Good night, all. Good night.
What's the time slip? Oh. So, one day on Mars is exactly 24 Earth hours and 40 Earth minutes. So our scientists have just tacked those extra minutes onto the end of the day. So on Mars, midnight isn't midnight, and those extra 40 minutes we call the time slip. Wait a minute. Shh.
What?
Did you hear that?
No?
There it is again.
Spirit, what are you trying to do? I heard it that time.
What do you think it's?
Could it be?
What is it?
That was a close one. No rover bits for the old G cubed tonight.
Yeah, not this time. But you know what, Uppy? It prefers the new ones. And with these fresh green recruits, I have a feeling we're not out of the woods just yet. What's the G cube?
You know what, Spirit? You're right. Gather round and hear a tale of rue and woe and strife. A story sure to make you fear for limb and battery life. There's something lurking out there in the wilderness of space. The great galactic ghoul could strike at any time or place. The first spacecraft of the mission to Mars was launched in the fall of 1960.
They never made it.
And then, a second, just 2 days later.
They never made it.
And then after 4 years of careful planning and research, a third.
They never made it.
The great galactic ghoul eats rovers for breakfast and lunch. The great galactic ghoul thinks you are hell of a crunch. It grinds your gears, it shreds your wheels, it drinks your fuel and devours you whole. The great galactic ghoul will never stop until it's full.
And that's not all it devours.
Oh no?
magnetosphere, it leaves no trace behind. The great galactic ghoul takes everything you seek to find.
The great galactic ghoul is such a volatile lout. You've never seen a dust storm like the ones it kicks about. It hides your rocks in research and it buries form and friend. And if you do survive, the storm could last for months on end.
The great galactic ghoul is watching everywhere you go.
It's in the air!
It's over there!
It's down below.
It comes when you're together,
And it comes when you're alone. It's coming for you now, just listen for its moan. It's coming for you now, just listen for its moan. Just listen for its quite climactic and galactic moan.
That's pretty good. How are you doing that?
Me? Yeah, I'm not. Come on, curiosity.
that's not me.
That was far out. Where did everybody go?
Intermission.
Oh, right. Intermission. Okay, well then we'll be right back. But don't stray too far, because I think Spirit packed some refreshments right over the next dune.
Yeah, and we will see all of you back here in just a few. Peace.
those things. It's like a headache with pictures.
Ideas!
Yes!
Yeah.
That's it.
Amazing! Whoa!
Why don't we have a little one-on-one jam session with Jambalaya here?
Jambalaya jam!
Yes!
Yeah! Sounds great! What do we do?
Play that new one that you've been working on.
New one.
Yeah, the new one.
I'm really nervous with new ones.
Well, this is the time.
Is it a safe space? Okay. Yeah. All right. Give it a shot. Ready? Just play along. Look up to the stars, babe. Look out upon the vastness of the universe, and keep in mind that absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Oh. You are dusty, and so you better be humble, and yet be noble, for that dust is made of stars. And let the air inside that keeps you running remind you that you have traveled far. Go placidly amid the desert sand. Remember what peace exists in me alone. The vastness can seem overwhelming. Knowledge will warm your weary bones. Look upon the land, babe. Go and see where there is water, there is life. But if it ain't there, keep in mind that absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Absence of evidence is not evidence of absence. Oh. Aren't we lucky? The odds that we would all exist are about 1,000,000,000,000 to 1.
Mind blown.
We are the product of countless random accidents. The time slip is ending. Here comes the sun.
10,
Look
9,
up to the stars, babe.
7, 6,
Look out upon the
4,
vastness of the
3,
universe,
2,
and
1.
keep in mind
0.
Oh, thank the stars. I thought you were all eaten. I rolled around for half an hour and I hid behind a big rock and I looked for everyone and I realized I was all alone. But I'm so glad to see you're okay.
Good morning, Starshine.
Ooh, you are pretty jumpy, aren't you?
Thought you were the great galactic fool.
Night vision is clearly not your strong suit.
It is. I don't even have night vision.
None of us do, my friend. None of us do.
I'm just a big baby.
No, you just.
I got it. I got it.
Okay.
Your fresh soul is still on the earth line, drifter.
I don't understand anything you're saying.
It's okay.
It's okay. Nobody does.
What are you doing here anyways?
What are any of us doing here anyways?
Seriously, I mean, right now, you must have been doing something besides talking in big existential circles.
No.
That is about it.
Well, actually, we were processor to processor chat with Jambalaya.
We were.
Yeah.
What about?
Well, big, existential circles. Circles. It is.
Okay, do you remember who it is? Were they eaten by the pool?
Nah, I reckon they're all still out looking for you.
What do you mean still?
Nobody's scattered as far as you, Star Babe. Star Babe. You like that? That's good.
Brady, I can't do anything right.
Whoa. Just, take a load off interplanetary craft.
Oh, Shale, what if I really can't do anything right? So far from home, too close to fail. I feel like I'm floundering at a time when I should sail. So much is on the line, and it's all up to me. If this rover fails its mission, what else can it be? 1, 2, 3, 4. What I want is to be golden, a semi-autonomous laboratory. What I want is to be more than the kind of craft that earns a story. There is something ready to roll inside my core beyond my goal. I want a mission to control. What I want is to be more than samples of alien stone. What I want is to inspire all the people back at home. Potential must become kinetic, or I'm gonna go frenetic. I want a mission to control. I want to be more than a fancy tune. I cannot even keep it cool. I want to be more than a rover, proving itself over and over. No fool can stop me, nor any black hole. I want a mission to control. Who's there? I've got a robotic arm and I'm not afraid to use it.
Cool antennas, dude. Very retro.
Hey, you! You don't scare me.
Good. You don't scare me either.
Haven't you all seen Opportunity?
Yeah, you'll never get her, ghoul.
That is actually not my name.
You're not the Great Galactic Ghoul?
No. But that does sound rad. I think I'll use it.
So you're not here to grind our gears?
Not in the most literal sense, no.
Wolf down our wheels?
Nope.
Annihilate our antennas?
You know there's no such thing as a great galactic ghoul, right?
There isn't?
I've got no idea what that's all about.
But what about all those spacecraft that got eaten?
Eaten? Look, I don't know who you are, what you've been told. Things crash a lot around here. Heck, it's the lucky spacecraft that survives. But there's nothing malicious and sentient to rip your insides out. The universe is terrifying enough without fabricating monsters.
It is?
Oh, you've got dust storms, radiation, the vast abyss of nothingness, the gnawing terror that you'll never find what you're looking for, etc., etc. Just forget I said anything.
If the ghoul isn't real, who or what are you?
Here you are. See, I thought they might have found their way back to camp. I thought if we just pulled.
Who in the name of Sagan is that?
Maple! Hey!
Hey, you.
What in the bedrock is going on? This is a very small planet. How did you. Who? What?
Everybody? You? Just calm down. I can explain everything. Can I explain?
At this point, you probably should.
This is awkward. Maple, this is my twin sister spirit.
a lot about you.
I wish I could say the same.
Oh, and this is Curiosity.
Hey, what's up? Got it. Yeah.
And of course, you already know Vikings 1 and Vikings 2. And this is our new recruits. This is Spirit and Spirit Alice and Jambalaya. And you just Miss Sojourner. And and this is this is Maple. And they are my girlfriend. They're my good friend. I may have invited them to the celebration tonight.
It is very nice to meet you. Maple, was it? Yeah, we would love to have you at camp. I just didn't realize anybody else lived here.
I could be a little bit reclusive.
Maple's kind of an interesting name. Did your scientist call you that, or does that stand for anything?
Don't make this weird, please.
What?
You might know me better as NPL.
Oh, what?
Like the Mars Polar Lander.
Yep.
But I thought you crashed. Aren't you supposed to be dead?
Supposed to be.
And if you're a lander, why do you have wheels?
It's a bit of a story. I guess you could say I had a bit of a rough landing. Basically, NASA's philosophy back in the 90s was faster, cheaper, better.
It still is.
Right. But it's tough to be all three. NASA dictates the performance, budget, and schedule of every mission. So, when time or money gets tight.
Yes, they always do.
And risk increases.
Exactly. So, I am basically the poster child for what happens when cutting corners is your only management tool, and no one admits there isn't enough money to complete your mission safely.
So what happened?
I don't entirely remember. I followed my commands to the letter, but I guess that meant turning off my landing rockets before even getting close to the ground. Someone must have given me the wrong number. So I fell. A long way. It was pretty gnarly. I sat for the longest time feeling completely pointless, receiving commands from home but never being able to reply. But then one soul, I realized, hey, I don't owe anybody anything. I'm free. I don't have a mission, so I can go wherever I want to go. Be whoever I want to be. So, I retrofitted my broken instruments, picked up some salvage along the way, and now, here I am. Maple. Rover.
Dude, you never told me that you were taking parts off of other dead robots. That is just so weird.
Just let it slide right out of your mind, girl.
You're so creepy, babe. I mean, Maple.
So, opportunity. How did you two meet?
Well, my girl ops found me digging along an exposed riverbed after hours completely by accident, and guess you could say we've been hanging out ever since.
Wow, Ops. Can't believe you've never introduced us.
That was my bad. Like I said, I can be a little reclusive, but I'm here now, aren't I?
Well, it's super cool to meet you. 3 new friends. What a cool day. So, what do you do?
Whatever I want.
Fair. Not what I meant, though. What do you do for fun? The Vikings have their band, Sojourner and Pathfinder write poetry, Spirit compulsively organizes everything, and I'm a meme lord DJ with the social meds on lock. What about you?
I build stuff, mostly. Retrofitted this laser to split rocks in half. You want to see?
Yes.
Not by the campsite.
Sure. Whatever. Follow me.
We can't follow you. Again.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm fine.
Yeah. My name is David Bowie.
I'm just resting my wheel. You
No! Maybe a little. It's just, this whole night has been a big bust. I mean, it's been one interruption after another, and now the sky is starting to get bright, and we're not to get to half the stuff I planned before sunrise, so I just...
It's gonna be okay, Spirit. It has been an amazing night so far.
Avi, you don't even know what I had planned.
Of course I do. We had t-shirts, we had storytelling, we had the Rock Abrasion Workshop series, we had,
I already know you didn't read the schedule, Avi. I just wanted everything to be perfect for their first night, and I was counting on you to help me with timing and keeping me accountable.
So, you are mad at me.
I would have liked a heads up about MPL.
Maple?
Sorry, Maple.
I didn't even know that they were coming. I'm always inviting them to things, and they never want to show up. I was actually really surprised that they came tonight, and they hate group gatherings. And you know, I especially didn't think that they would show up during the climax of the Great Galactic Ghoul story.
Avi, when did we stop telling each other things?
I wanted to tell you, Spirit. It's just that Maple's really private, you know?
We've barely seen each other for months, and I can't help thinking it's because you'd rather spend time with a gorgeous, modded-up, rock-blasting rogue rather than this washed-up bunch of bolts and wires with a bum wheel.
Of course not.
I get it. You've always been the star, and now that I'm stuck at Troy Plateau while you're still out there roving, you need someone who can keep up.
Spirit, you are my sister. And Maple is just so
Really cool.
so cool, yes, and so efficient and focused and good at their work and wildly adventurous and smart and funny.
I get it. I get it.
I have been dying to tell you.
That's really cool, I guess. And I'm happy for you. I needed you. I didn't think I'd be doing this camp alone.
I thought that this whole camp thing was a just you thing anyway because I still have a job.
I have a job too, you know.
Yeah, but your mission is over.
No, it's not.
Look, Spirits, I am sorry that you're not out there roving with me anymore, but I just can't sit around and sing songs and tell stories every night.
Is that what you think this is about? You think our whole mission is just to look for evidence of water?
Yeah, it is.
But our payloads aren't that special, Api. You know as well as I do that after all the compromises our teams made to get us here, the budgeting and the politics and the nonsense, the best tools for that mission never made it into our final schematics. Don't tell me you don't stop and think about that when you're all alone at the end of a rough day. You know as well as I do that if the humans as a species really wanted to find water or life out here, that our payloads would have been way more advanced. That if they all wanted to colonize Mars, they would be here by now. But they haven't and they aren't. So clearly Mars isn't the brightest dot on their horizon. But for some of them it is. And for every one of them, it's our job to hold the door. When the humans arrive, there are gonna be tough times. There are gonna be times when it's hard enough just to survive. But if we make it through the storms that sweep across the sky, we'll be here when the humans arrive. When the humans arrive, they may need a reminder when the tough times come and they lose their drive. Something to remind them why they came to this cold place. Remember why they wanted to arrive.
magnificent you are. You're always reminding me how beautiful and important everything is.
Well, that's the mission. And for me, part of the mission is Camp Dusty Tread. I want all the new arrivals, whether they're rovers or probes or someday maybe even people, to have us, just like I had you.
I'm really sorry you aren't out there roving with me anymore.
I know. But I did the best with what I had, and I've had time to make peace with that.
And I'm really sorry for letting us grow apart.
Me too. I think watching me struggle with my mission was painful for both of us, and we just dealt with it in different ways.
Yeah. And you know, for the record, Camp Dusty Tread is really amazing. And you know, maybe someday when I retire, I'll come join you. But I haven't had the opportunity to think that far ahead yet.
Oh, you're the worst.
Come here.
Dude, that was amazing.
Well, split like right in half.
Jambalaya, I can't believe you didn't follow us out. You're really missing out.
Oh, hey, Jambalaya, I didn't realize you were here for all of that.
I just said that they were being weird. Is the demo over yet?
Nah, but Maple's still out there.
But it got kind of dangerous and technical, so we chill in here for a few.
Dude! So cute. Do you want to go check it out? Major.
Okay.
Oh, I want to see.
Yeah, come on.
I can't.
Help, please. We cannot move.
Sorry, Landers.
Gently.
No, you can always forget.
Now watch me roll. Now watch me sample. Now watch me butt.
So, lasers. That was pretty cool.
Yep.
What you doing?
Checking Twitter.
Oh. Hey, Curiosity.
Sup, newbie?
Can I ask you a question?
Shoot.
Do you ever wonder if anything we do here matters?
Whoa. Had a rough night or something?
I mean, what if we're nothing more than just rolling spectrometers who sometimes show up on the news back on Earth, but nobody really cares about the photos we send back?
If nobody cared, we wouldn't be here.
Obviously, but I mean the normal people. We don't change their lives, do we?
Let me tell you a story.
I'm done with stories. I just need answers.
Humor me. A whole year had passed since I landed, and I was so busy I didn't even notice. One day I was waking up and queuing up my morning processes when I received a really weird set of commands. And then, out of my sample analysis tool, came this. He remembered my birthday. They sang to me. It's my love letter from home, and I play it every once in a while when I'm feeling lonely. So what if I take a selfie every now and then? I know the others think I'm in it for the retweets and the likes, and okay, maybe that's like half true. Because that's what young rovers do. But I mostly do it for everyone watching on Earth.
That's amazing.
If you think that's amazing, there's some weird fan fiction about spirit and opportunity on all the weird corners of the internet. From Reddit to LiveJournal. Also, people are obsessed with you.
Really? Me?
Yeah, you're blowing up. Don't worry. That's a good thing. Looks like they received your transmission last night. Ooh, look. Here's a cute picture someone drew of you, captioned Alice down the rabbit hole. And there you are, falling into a crater.
What? What's a rabbit hole?
Google says it's used to refer to a confusing, bizarre, or nonsensical situation or environment, typically one from which it is difficult to extricate oneself.
Accurate. I just want to answer some important questions.
newbie. Even if you don't answer anything, part of your job is to send something back home that'll spark new questions no one has thought to ask yet. Make them curious. Make them wonder.
Man, this is gonna be so groovy.
Oh, what's gonna be so groovy?
Maple and the Vikings are going to collaborate on a sick laser show.
What? No way!
Yeah, I'll have to do some recalibrating, but I'll see what I can come up with.
Well, maybe I can help you with the lasers after soul set.
Sure, babe.
It's gonna be so righteous.
Right? Righteous. But it's almost dawn, so we came back to see the sun rise.
What about all those workshops you had planned for us?
You know what? I had a few. But there's always another day on Mars to learn. You only get one first soul rise, which should be happening right about now.
There it is. Blue like on Earth.
What do you mean?
It was something Sojourner said earlier. What was it?
On Mars, this red is perpetual, and the Terran blues can only be seen at dusk and dawn as the sun's light filters through the red dust. I invite you, as I do, to see each blue morning and each blue evening as a chance to reflect on your existence, your purpose, your journey.
Epic!
Good morning, Rovers.
What's up, saddle tights?
I have a transmission coming in from Earth. Shall I play it?
Go ahead.
Transmission starting in 4, 3, 2, 1. Dear Rovers on Mars, we see you're doing well. We've received your data. It's amazing. We can tell. What a great landing site. For soul number 1. We made the switch to Martian time so we can work with you in the sun. You should have seen the celebration at JPL Mission Control. As soon as we stop jumping and whooping, we'll set the code for your next goal. But we're all thinking of you. We hope to hear from you soon. Transmission is through. With wonder, NASA.
Hey, it's okay. It's natural to feel homesick.
No. I mean, yes. I miss them. But this is my new home now. I've got jambalaya, I've got all of you, and I got a love letter from Earth. What more could a rover want? We're gonna have a new adventure, every single soul. Thrilling or terrifying, only tomorrow will show. But there's no mountain or crater we can't problem solve. They may be rocky, but I know they're part of our road. I feel very welcome on Mars, where friends are near. Welcome on Mars,
Where you conquer fear.
welcome on Mars, where our mission is so clear.
Hey, Oppie.
Hey, what?
Do you
Hey!
Oh, here we go. I got it. Yeah. Boop.
Gunal, are you drinking straight from the bottle?
It's fine.
Children's show.
It's a children's show.
Okay,
Mom is-
I'll remove the label so they
My
won't know.
mom is calling right now because she was just watching the show.
Oh,
She wants
that's
to know. Hi, Kathy.
No.
Let's see.
Hi. Are we gonna get questions or are we just talking?
I think there will be questions eventually, maybe. Otherwise, there's plenty to talk about.
Who's mastering this
Where
ceremony?
are we live? I see it all live.
Hi, Mom. We're doing the Zoom talkback right now. Look. Here's...
Natalie, what are the names of the Rovers again?
Okay.
So,
Wait, oh God, we're live.
yeah.
Oh, there we are.
Thanks for the question, Emily. So the Mars 2020 rover, who we in our show have affectionately named Alice because it happened before there was a name for the 2020 rover, is named Perseverance. And there is also on board a helicopter, the very first Mars helicopter, and it is named Ingenuity. It sits right up underneath the belly of Perseverance.
Oh, cool.
Which I like to imagine is jambalaya.
Yeah.
Audience.
Yeah.
Watching
that's
from
the audience.
above.
That's way cool.
Got
Yeah.
a chopper.
Yeah.
The chopper.
They were both named by students, as all of our rovers are, in an essay contest this last year, which I had the good fortune to be able to be one of the judges of. So,
What?
Oh.
That's way cool,
Yeah.
Natalie.
Did you vote for Perseverance?
Well, so I was judging from the Washington division, and so I didn't get to see the winners because I don't think any of the Washington made it into the final round. And I was judging the K through 5 category. So lots of fantastic little essays about what rovers should be named.
What were your favorites?
Yeah,
I'm not allowed to disclose what they are.
Oh, okay. Well, because maybe they'll want to use them in the future or something.
Or something. I sworn to secrecy, but there were some really fun ones.
You know NASA secrets. Oh my gosh.
Lots of great acronyms.
I can imagine.
I had totally forgotten about all of the fun little decade callbacks that we put in, like the Macarena versus the Floss.
Yeah.
Yeah. So sweet.
Oh my God.
Oh, the floss.
Yeah.
Hours of fun.
That was way fun and cute. Yeah, it was funny looking at the decades thing because it stood out more to me because the other rovers did align so well with their decade that like that Maple was like mad 70s and like did not launch in the 70s. Like the giant platform shoes and the bell bottoms.
I think we're going for 90s with that one, right?
Yeah. Maple was 90s, but we just ended up going David Bowie was the inspo.
I mean,
and because that was the vibe. And so everyone else kind of had this really consistent thing of they're dressed of the decade that they launched in, except for Maple, who's dressed like David Bowie.
But Maple cannibalizes, so that makes sense. That Maple would not be consistent thematically.
Yeah,
exactly.
True, because Maple's stuff would all be made of like 70s and 80s things that they found everywhere. That's true. Yeah. Okay, thanks for justifying my
design choice.
lazy design choice.
So there's a question.
Lousy with robot parts.
The question: what were some of the other names besides Jambalaya? Eli saw it on the 14th back in 2018, so it's the only one they know. What were some of the other names?
Oh God.
I don't remember.
Does anyone remember?
Oh no.
What was the name that we used in rehearsal? Because we
Rovi
used
McMarspace.
Rovi McMarspace, yeah.
I know there was Tad when that was like a dress
Tad.
rehearsal, maybe.
Yeah,
I just
feel
remember
like
that
there
because it was Michael's. So.
I feel like there was like an Aloysius one time, like that. I don't know.
That sounds familiar. There were several good acronyms, which I don't remember any of, but I remember that there were several good acronyms that I quite enjoyed in the moment.
Yeah.
I think there was at least one night where I know I saw someone put in, although I don't think it got chosen, a name that was close enough to Rovey McRoveface or Bodie McBoatface or whatever that like it almost got and then like I think it didn't get chosen because it was like too close.
Yeah.
Too similar.
I think it was like Rovey McRoverface, and we were like, too close to Rovey McMars.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
another question.
Favorite fun fact from the show?
Favorite fun fact from
I
the
think
show.
my favorite fun fact is that there is somewhere on Quinnell's phone a trove of like 100 selfies.
So many
from musicals. A lot of me going, ah.
I posted most of them on Instagram on my personal one.
That's
so you have to
true.
go scroll down. I did that on opening night.
Yeah, that's true. They had a whole like library of these audience selfies. It was great.
I counted them. Actually. There was 347 selfies on row.
Jeez. Oh my god.
Louise. So just like a single day for like a Jenner. One day.
It's really living up to that meme lord title, but it's like all just our faces. That's the only meme. It's just
right dabbing. We're gonna dab. We're gonna do the floss. Okay, there was
We've got more.
I think we have room for more fun facts before we move on to the next questions, though.
Yeah, I love fun facts. So this isn't actually so much the fun fact from the show, but one of my favorite things about the show. Oh, we've got somebody. Oh, Jessamine came through with the audience name record.
Great.
Oh, let's hear that. Let's hear that.
RPG.
This is so good.
Performance report.
Artists. Yeah, I remember that one too.
That's right. Yeah.
The Amazing Rover Driving in Space. That was one of the acronyms that I really liked.
Artists. Yeah. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Mark Watney, The Amazing Rover Driving in Space. Oh my gosh.
Good.
No, that was really good. I think one of my favorite things wasn't so much, it was like, there's a lot of lovely things in the show, but the fact that you, Natalie, that you and Annex coordinated to bring in all these fantastic scientists to do these talkbacks. And I think my favorite one out of all of them was the guy who built the sundial that goes on one of them. And I was like, a sundial on a moving object. And sure enough, he designed a functional sundial for a moving object. And I just thought that was so cool because it never occurred to me that A, someone would want that, and B, that was possible to build a sundial for a vehicle that functions.
Wow.
I thought he was brilliant. He was such a sweet guy too.
I don't know if that was the same one. One of my favorite stories was about how when they first that they had JPL in a really obvious place on Sojourner, and NASA got very upset about that. NASA was like, no, this is a NASA project and we don't want JPL. You don't get your name front and center. And so they designed the tread of I don't know if it was Sojourner or the next one, but they designed the tread of Curiosity so that it said in Morse. Was it in Morse code? It said JPL.
Yeah.
So so that was their
is
little Easter egg.
Oh, I love that.
Branding.
Yeah.
Also, the sundial fellow was Dr. Woody Sullivan from UW.
Yeah, he was super great. He was such a sweetie. That he gave a really good talk back. Yeah. Which song gave us the most feels? Oh man, when the humans arrive.
Right.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every time.
And then the birthday song, because that's the real song. That's the actual real audio that would have been heard if you had been on Mars.
Yeah.
See, mine is gonna be the Dust Devil because I choreographed that, and it gives me more anxiety. I think that's the feeling it gives me.
That is a feel. That is technically a feel.
And I think Quinnell and Mads don't like me after those rehearsals.
Sam and I mentioned this in chat, but the very beginning with the just welcome to Mars when Mina's doing her first that one
with Wonder Alice. I'm always
with Wonder Alice and the whole it's starting, they're here, new people on Mars. It's so just good. That space feels every time. So
Aw.
I love it. I know. I just do this. My whole face is this the whole show. There was a question, it went up, I don't want to skip it. If you could rename all the Rovers, what would you name them to?
Oh, rename them?
Yeah. If you had the opportunity to call them something else, what would you call them?
Oh, there it is.
I'd keep them the same.
I keep them the same. I think like part of the joy is where are we all fuzzy? What's going on?
There it
What was that?
That was
yeah, I think I'd keep them the same. Part of what makes them special is how many people went into making the decision about those names and about all of that. And like, I don't think you should change that. That's part of it.
There was, in an earlier draft that I mentioned before, Soul Set at Camp Dusty Tread, a whole monologue written about the importance of Curiosity's name being chosen by, Clara Ma back on Earth. And I forgot that it wasn't in the final cut, and I actually was a little disappointed.
Guess we're gonna have to do it again.
There you
go.
Yeah,
I have an answer to this question. Oh. Balin, Dwaylen, Keely, Keely.
Wrong genre.
And so forth.
I definitely wouldn't change Sojourner, and I love the story of how she got her name. Like, I think the others were the same, that it's an essay contest, and it was a 12 or 13-year-old girl who said, well, Sojourner, truth, traveled across America to speak the truth. So traveled across the land, and so it was such an appropriate name for little Sojourner, the little microwave that could,
Just a little easy bake oven trundling across the horizon, popping out tiny cookies.
And she loved to climb things. She kept trying to climb things she couldn't climb, and then would get stuck and have to get rescued. And,
All right, here's a question from Andy. Were any of you space nerds before the show, or did Natalie bend you to her will?
That was all Natalie.
Yeah, I was a fictional space nerd. Like, I know a lot about fictional space.
Oh yeah, I love sci-fi.
Sci-fi, yeah.
Yeah,
I do love watching PBS Space Time now on YouTube. I love it so much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Now the NASA shows up in my Facebook feed, and
I follow a lot of
PBS
like
and YouTube SciShow. Of course. I'm into the online education situation.
Yeah.
This is like the fourth space show that I've done, and every time I bring in people that I'm like, we love science, we love theater, and then every time afterwards people are like sending me links all the time about the thing that we did our space show about, and I'm just like, yes, I educate the actors.
Join us.
The space was the reason I did it. I mean, not only, but I wasn't going to do a show that year. And then Natalie and I were chatting, and she was like, oh yeah, I'm co-writing this musical about Mars rovers with Aaron. And I was like, what? Now I have to come audition.
Yeah.
I remember you showed up to audition like no one else is getting I'm in this show. Like, you just showed up with like such intensity.
Like, let me go to Mars. I really want to go to Mars, you guys.
I felt the same way about coming on as a designer. Like, when Emily talked to me about it initially, just the initial concept, because mostly I just do costume design, but when she started talking to me about it, I was like, I want to design it all. Mine, please. I have a whole idea. I already have an idea. I haven't read the script, and I already know what I want it to be based on what you just told me. And I was really hyped, but I like really kind of strong-armed my way into designing the set and the costumes and props too. Although I didn't design lights and sound because I don't know anything about that. There's smarter people than me that do things much more complicated than glue foam core together. That did the lights and sound, but I felt similarly aggressive about wanting to be part of this program or project rather.
One of the things that the video doesn't show, which I miss, is the like lights that Carolina did in the audience.
Yeah,
there were many things that video does not. That
light capture.
The slow color changing seems to confuse the camera.
It was gorgeous too. It was so ambient and world building and lovely. And it's a shame that the technology just is what it is and it couldn't capture it, but it's a lovely memory.
But Rovers, you have to remember, was also an off-night show.
Yes.
So we talk about that, Carolina.
Well, being an off night means you don't have any control over what the set already has in it or what lights are up in the air, and you don't have any time to work. So you have to make everything transient and instantaneous. So that's what all the designers basically.
Yeah, I remember that the set for the main stage kept changing.
Yeah,
and it was like
it did. Yes,
it was like okay, we can.
And it was in a forest. It was in a forest.
There are trees that you cannot see because Mars does not have trees.
Mars doesn't have trees. And it also kept changing, not just like sort of concept, but the locations of where things were. Like there was a couple times where like I had worked with the other team and I got sketches and I planned things out and I got measurements, and then I would come in the next day and everything would not be in the place I was told. They'd like, as you always have to do in Fringe, you get into the space and you realize the plan isn't going to work for XYZ reasons. So they had to do their problem solving on the spot that ended up putting things in different places. And that dominoed into what Carolina and I had to do with the set and the lights, hanging things, hanging drops, trying to have any kind of focus or color or whatever. It all had to be very yes and off of whatever the main stage show needed. Based on, again, like that very scrappy problem solving
I think it was this show that I was trying to make a Starfield Gobo.
Yeah, I remember this.
For when the Vikings were playing The Absence of Evidence.
Which you did. You did, right?
I did, but it's one of my big memories of the show was the only, because you can make the pattern for a projection out of like a soda can. And the only can that was there that I had to hand was a Barks root beer can.
That's right.
Poking holes in a Barks can and then putting it in intense heat actually produces the most remarkably unpleasant smell. So one of my associations with rovers, probably not unlike actual Martian rover launch and landing experiences, was incredibly strong toxic fumes and smoke. So
oh my gosh.
We managed to improvise on a budget a spontaneous Starfield. So that's the joy of the off night.
And we were lucky enough to have that.
Lander was amazing.
Yes. Yeah, I think it was also really lovely serendipity, the backdrop that Jade had painted for the main stage, the sky sunset thing. I mean, there was some trickiness to it because the colors were not Martian sky colors, but ultimately it gave a nice texture. Yeah. And that was a little bit of serendipity that we were able to kind of keep some of that as atmospheric like building. And there were definitely I was really happy with the Viking Lander, and the Viking Lander is also why the rocks ended up just being boxes painted brown, because I was done and over it by the time that I finished the Lander. And I was like, I'm not going to do any texture on these boxes. I don't care. They're brown boxes. It's Mars. Here you go. It's a camp show. There's rehearsal cues.
The world of being
a show in camp
is showing up Saturday morning, and you're like, okay, we open on Monday, and we got to glue this stuff together, and we got to do this and hang, and oh no, we have to flip 3 of the songs. Okay, go.
Yeah.
And they so many snacks. So
lots of snacks. Annex is always real on top of the snack moment there.
Yes, agreed.
Speaking of snacks, there's a question in the chat that says, Pizza Hut was the first business to deliver to the space station. What would you order to Mars? Keep in mind, it takes 4 months.
And it's Pizza Hut.
And longer.
Well,
it could take
but not
6
Pizza
to
Hut.
9
Like you
months.
could order anything. If you could order any business to Mars, what would you order?
But it has to keep for 6 to 9 months.
But apparently, yeah.
It
okay.
can freeze well.
Yeah, I was gonna say ice cream because it's gonna be frozen anyway, right?
Mm.
Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots. Dippin' Dots. I hate
Dippin' Dots.
Oh,
What
they're
happened
real
to
weird.
Dippin'
But I
Dots?
feel like if I was gonna order something to Mars, it would have to be something weird like that.
And futuristic, right? Like it would need to be like one of those desserts that's got all the dry ice all over it.
Yeah, like they used to do with the Space Needle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't there astronauts in the space station right now who haven't been back since the pandemic started?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob and maybe the ones who were already up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
the ones who just went there. They came back. But
No. The ones who were already assigned up there. Yeah.
It's the right time to be at the space station.
Yeah. Peak
Great.
social
Hermetic
distancing.
solitude. Sounds nice.
I bet they get to high five.
Astronaut ice cream, so called, has never actually been to space.
Oh.
They do not eat it on the space
Well,
station.
the Naval Aviation Museum in Pensacola, Florida, lied to me there.
Wow.
No, they sold they always sell the astronaut ice cream in like flight museum. They sold, and I remember being a kid and going to the Naval Aviation Museum out on the Navy base when I was growing up, and that was always like, oh, you got to go get the astronaut ice cream. I'm like, no one ever said, by the way, they don't send that. It's not no one ever said that. Like, so I feel like it's a lie of omission, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's advertising, really.
Oh my goodness.
We did get asked if there would be a sequel.
With clowns?
With clown suits, like in David Bowie's sequel, Ashes to Ashes, famous sequel to Space Oddity.
Oh.
Well, now we have to do it.
No.
Technically, one might say that Black Star is a sequel to Space Oddity, to Ashes to Ashes. It could be argued.
I think we should redo the show, but every rover should be a different doctor from Doctor Who. This is my goal. Crossover. Quinella is definitely Matt Smith. That's the only one I've got figured out so far.
Yes.
Into it. There was a prototype planetarium projector made from a coffee can. That's cool.
Ooh.
Neat.
Wait, where are you?
It's in the comments on the YouTube stream.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm not watching
Facebook.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Or I guess this one actually came from Facebook, and a bot made it be on YouTube.
Is that also from Andy? Andy's one of my planetarium friends.
Oh, okay. Get Andy on the call. Make him tell us about whatever that is.
Right now, I want to go to one, please. I want them to be.
It probably really depends on where you are. A lot of planetarium conference chat lately has been like, how do we make this good online? And there have been a lot of folks, Museum of Flight included, that are doing online planetarium shows, but obviously it's not quite the same, although it is much more accessible. We don't have to drive to you and like open it all up, even the portable ones. But yeah, I don't really know of any that are actually operating right now, but there's been a lot of talk in some places on the other side of the country of like, yeah, we've got like people 5 spots away from each other. So
you probably go to Idaho.
Probably, yeah. Anyway, I think. Are there any more questions that came in? All right.
Somebody said the choreography was so good. Thank you.
And Alexa, you have a super fan in the YouTube comments.
What?
We're all
Alexa.
We're all Alexa fans.
Oh.
Truth words.
I do have a pretty important question though. Natalie, are you wearing your space pants?
I'm not, but I am wearing my Camp Dusty Tread t-shirt.
Yay!
That will do.
Nice.
Which you can buy online.
Yes. You can buy them online, and because Teespring has gotten cooler since 2018 when I originally did this launch, you now can buy them in multiple colors, and I added baby onesies. So like that's adorable. Got nieces, got nephews. Put them in a Camp Dusty Tread onesie, tiny little rovers. So cute. Yeah.
Buy the shirt so you.
I already have the hoodie and the V-neck, but I need to go back and buy the tank top and the mug.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I have the mug. The mug, they're really nice. I have the mug, hoodie, and a V-neck, and I actually just ordered a tank top as well. I haven't gotten one yet in the black colorway, so I don't know how well the graphic comes out, but that's the second colors. You can get it all in the heather gray, or you could get it all in black because we're theater people and everybody wants a black version of everything. So,
Yep.
but the hoodie is really, really comfortable, and I can definitely vouch for that one. So worth it, and the money goes to Annex. So yay!
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 I love getting money.
Money's good.
It doesn't go to you.
Well,
indirectly, it kind of
I-
does. Like,
I'm part of Annex, so maybe part of, actually, no. None of us
It's a
get
reach.
money.
It's a
This is
reach.
fringe theater.
Thanks to Annex, by the way, for doing this, and everyone.
Oh my God, yes. Thank you, Annex.
You should be a patron on Patreon.
Yes.
Thank
You should
Alex and
patronize.
Kristen Way. Ian, I said Alex. Ian and Kristen Way.
How long will the Teespring store stay open? I'm not planning to turn it off. I didn't last time either. The way that Teespring works is that they just do a printing every 3 days. And so I can just keep it open pretty much indefinitely. I'm not doing any of the like bells and whistles, like marketing or promotions. I'm not paying for anything. It's literally just as long as there's enough orders, it will print however many orders there are every 3 days. So yeah.
That's handy.
It's actually a different listing. So don't go to the one from 2018 because that one is no longer up. Because in order to reorganize it so that the money all went to Annex, I had to just make a completely new listing. So don't go to the old one. Go to the one that has 2020 in the URL, and that's the one that's currently open.
Yay!
Also, Teespring now ships to Europe. So if you have friends in Europe that watch and that want to be in Camp Dusty Tread, then they also can do that.
So everyone in Europe who's up at 4 a.m. watching.
Yes. Look, it's not a school night. Like maybe, I don't know.
I wonder if Way or Ian can tell us if this is going to be online for a while or if this is just like live only and then not available.
I was told that the YouTube video will stay up.
Maybe they'll let us know.
It's gonna stay up. Yay!
Yeah. It'll stay up on YouTube only. So like Twitch and Facebook, it'll go away, but like the YouTube, it will stay up as a YouTube video that you can just go watch until the internet is gone. So 2026 or
oh, that's generous. Yeah.
I like to be an optimist.
This show is all about optimism, y'all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Friendship. I really love the morals of it. I want to do more theater with like fun, warm, fuzzy morals at the end.
Yeah. Well, in theater that's joyful, theater that's about joy.
Well, yeah.
I feel like that's missing, and it was missing a lot during it, like the couple years really leading up to when this show went up. Definitely in the Seattle theater scene, I felt like everything I went to go see was dark. Every show I went to was like darker and bleaker and grimmer and more like gritty or whatever than the last. And then we worked on this show, and it was such a joy. It was such a breath of fresh air. It was so lovely, and it was rejuvenating to be in this environment of kindness and sweetness and optimism, and not treacly cheap kindness, but like true, like genuine sort of love for humanity and love for what humanity can conceive of. And I just found that to be so special. I mean, I dragged so many people. Every person that I ever dragged to a play that they were like, I was like, no, you got to come see this one. Like this one's gonna be. This is happy and it's short. And like we'll get out in time for drinks after. It'll be great. Like, and everybody that I brought to the show just absolutely loved it and had such a good time. So I was so happy that we were able to put this back up.
My friend Apollo Vidra once told me that
I love Apollo.
I know. I love them too. They're just an absolute joy of a human being. They once told me that light is just as complex as darkness, and I think a lot of people forget that. I think when we think about happy things, we kind of think about the frivolity or like, things that like, don't really matter and stuff. Like these are the real issues right here. But it's like, no, not really. Like you can analyze happiness. You can go into a place. You can go into just as a complex a place as you can with, darker themes. And I think that I think that the show actually really succeeds in that. I think one of the reasons that When the Humans Arrive really got to me was because we're talking about the Rovers being named after humanity's really great qualities like opportunity, perseverance, sojourner, and it's important to remember that
Vikings.
we're capable of
Vikings.
really great
Yeah.
things, and that's really it's good to be reminded of that every now and then via a kids musical about space, of course.
Well, ultimately, a lot of it is about navigating loneliness and navigating feeling like you're useless or you don't know what you're doing, and those are really complex things. And when it's really good to give kids and adults the skills and like the paths to navigate them with joy and hope rather than like demons and
Right.
And to seek
Emily, I remember. Oh, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, to seek a sense of purpose that isn't about like, I don't know, that has an inherent value to it, that isn't about like, I don't know, just survival, but that it's about having an inherent value to like the goal that you're reaching. Yeah.
Mhm. Emily, I remember you said during our first rehearsal that like, yes, this is a children's musical, but it's mostly going to be seen by adults. So our goal is to make the adults feel like kids again. And just the things that you just said just now made me think of that, and I was like, oh yeah, kind of did.
Well, do you guys ever like watch like happen to, I don't know, YouTube Blues Clues or something? And
yes,
and
all the time.
Or Mr. If you've seen any of those like documentaries or whatever lately, and you're like, dang, I needed that reminder for something. Like, it's not terrible to feel like a kid. And I think personally that theater should make people feel like a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, in the years after graduating high school, I stayed at home to go to community college while a lot of my friends moved away to out-of-state colleges or out-of-town colleges. And I had a bad habit of turning on the TV and just watching for hours. And one of the things that I watched as a 19-year-old man was the Winnie the Pooh cartoon, because it was
so
on.
sweet.
And
That
it's
show's
very
really sweet. Yeah. Adults want to feel like kids again. Yeah, no, they absolutely do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, friendship is science comes from friendship is magic, which is My Little Pony.
I love
I think also, so I mean, we say, oh, it's a kids musical or whatever. I think it's it is a family friendly musical, but I think it's a musical for anybody, and I think it's less about like making something for kids as it is about making something for everyone. And joy is for everybody, and this is a really joyful show.
It is.
Yeah. I would say the one thing that has kept me from, pursuing taking this other places is just the weird historical inaccuracy in that, like, Opportunity stopped roving and now Perseverance is there. And as I said at the beginning of the stream, like, if I were to rewrite it, there would be a section where instead of Opportunity talking about, like, but I'm still going, it's instead a conversation about, like, what are you doing, Opportunity? Can you come be with me and like face the music of like, this is our next new mission together, instead of like running around doing whatever you're doing with Maple. That's fine, but like, let's
Don't take away my space boo.
no, totally have your space boo, and also like, just like face what's happening for you instead of like some just pure escapism. Like, you had your time and now we're doing like what happens next. And I think, like, for a long time, I was doing other projects and stuff, and I was like, I don't want to rewrite Rovers because it was so perfect and so beautiful and so magical. But like, there is a part of me seeing this and figuring out like, what is it that we need to think about going forward that is like, hey, this is maybe a good opportunity.
So we have a question. How would you map each rover to a MLP?
To a My Little Pony.
My Little Pony.
To a My Little Pony. Okay. I think I can
We
answer
only have a
this
couple of
because
minutes left, by the way.
I think I
Yeah.
can start to answer this because my brother was a brony, so I've watched a lot of this.
All right, 2 minutes, Sam. Go.
Okay, so Spirit is obviously Twilight Sparkle. Done.
Yes.
I think Curiosity is like somewhere between Rarity and Applejack, somewhere in there. The Vikings, I'm not sure. Maybe they're like, what if Discord was like a good guy? And which Discord voiced by John Delancey, by the way, like typecast that man.
Oh yeah.
And I want to say that Alice is obviously Pinkie Pie. I think just the very like
Really?
sweet. Yeah, I think just
But
like
Alice turns the frick around.
So does
like,
Pinkie
you know,
Pie,
the
though.
whole
Like-
first act, Alice is like,
or
what
no,
do
sorry,
I
not
do?
Pinkie Pie. Fluttershy. Fluttershy. is
Yes,
what I said.
Fluttershy.
Oh yeah,
Fluttershy.
yeah.
Pinkie
I do
Pie
want
is definitely
Amanda's
Quinnell's
comment
character.
before the stream is over.
Okay, I think Curiosity is Pinkie Pie.
Yes.
All right, I'm done.
All right. The comment from Amanda, my space-obsessed 6-year-old is having the time of his life watching this right now. I can hear his peals of laughter all the way down the hall when I have to leave the room to do laundry. Thanks, everyone, for making this stream available. I feel like that was important.
My heart.
Yeah.
Now everyone give money so there can be theater when this is over.
Yay!
Yes, yes, please.
Theater when this is over.
Money, please.
This
All
was so
right.
nice
Y'all
to see all of you. And if you give money, you can hang out with some of us tomorrow night on another cast party.
Did we get in on time?
Don't know what we're gonna do there.
All right. I think it's 9:40 now. All right, there it is. Yay!
We did it.
We did it.
I'm sticking on because I want to to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
but
what?
until then, I'm gonna dance until I see we're off YouTube.
Dance party. Dust Devil, do the dust devil.
Oh God. Wait, someone sing "Welcome to Mars" and I'll.
Welcome to Mars.
So bad. Please don't.
We all know this doesn't work.